back then, and what is it like now? Over the years, Barnsley has undergone a lot of changes. Let's take a closer look into what it was like back then compared to how it is now. Barnsley is a large suburban town located halfway between the major cities of Leeds and Sheffield. Barnsley is known for its large coal mining and glassmaking industries. Also known for its brass bands and the Barnsley Chop, the industrial town had up to 70 mining collieries within a 15-mile radius of the town centre in 1960. But as times changed, so did Barnsley, and for us this meant the closing of the coal mines, with the last coal mine closing in 1994. This was a great loss to the working town, and for the following years afterwards the town struggled to find its way again, but that is now why the market is what it is today. In 1974, a brand new indoor shopping experience came to Barnsley, a new market accompanied by a meat and fish section. However, in 2018, a more modern and updated version of the market came to Barnsley. Today, the popular market is known for its wide range of card, flowers, fruit and vegetable stalls, and its outstanding meat and fish market, as well as the brand new Market Kitchen, which features various cafes, restaurants, as well as a sky lounge and bar. The new market, with over 100 stalls, new seating area and free Wi-Fi, is part of a town centre redevelopment scheme known as the Glassworks. Over the next couple of years, Barnsley looks to get a variety of high street shops and a new cinema. With a new lease of life into the town, Barnsley looks to be the place to visit within no time. We visited SENDIAS, standing for Special Education Needs and Disabilities Information Advice and Support Service. We asked the team who worked there, starting with the question, who are you and what is your job role? SENDIAS was very helpful for taking the time to talk to us.
Who am I? I'm Sarah Wyke and I work in Barnsley SENDIAS and I'm the SENDIAS manager.
Who am I? I'm Ria Jones and my job role is SENDIAS Case Advisor.
I'm James Stevenson and I am part-time case advisor, part-time information officer.
I'm Zoe and I work for SENDIAS as case support officer.
I am Karen Wilkinson and I'm business support, part-time working in SENDIAS.
What is SENDIAS? SENDIAS is a special educational needs and disability information, advice and support service. It used to be called Parent Partnership Service, but in 2014 when the SEND reforms came into play through the Children and Families Act, it became a SENDIAS service because we are there for 0 to 25 and we don't just partnership with parents anymore, we partnership with children and young people.
Yeah.
SENDIAS is a really busy service. We could take 20 enquiries a day. We are
at least, definitely. Yeah.
It's very diverse. It's a really diverse service in terms of what we offer. We can work with families and we're only emailing, we've never met them, but we're on daily email advising. We can be out in the field doing face-to-face meetings, interviews, supporting them in a school to supporting them in court.
Well, I've worked on both sides of the system because I've used to be a teacher, so I know what it's like being in schools and teaching, and then obviously know what it's like now working in SENDIAS, supporting often schools to get the right provision in place for children. So I can understand how difficult it is for schools sometimes to put the level of provision that maybe a child needs in, with all the other constraints of running a classroom. But just kind of echo what Sarah says, when the plans are right and the provisions followed, I think the education system can work for children.
What I was thinking is that we're quite a forward-looking service. We're always looking 5-10 years into the future. The changes in good practice, ethical practice, policy, legislation, we're constantly eager to seek that out and seek the changes and be ready for that and move that forward. I think the advantage of such a small service, we're able to do that and we're able to adapt quite quickly to new ways of working and new ways of thinking. So that in itself, I think, keeps that standard high and informs our service users of their rights and that support we can offer.
Just throughout my teaching, I think kind of what Sarah was saying, that I personally had some frustrations around children getting the help that they needed when it was an obvious special educational need, and children not necessarily getting the right support when it were kind of an invisible illness or disability. And just the struggles as a teacher that I had to implement strategies within the classroom. So that's why I always took an interest in SEN side in school. But yeah, looking at my children in the school that they're in now, I'm proud that if they did have a problem, look, fortunately the school that they're at, I've got confidence that they would pick that up and that there are things in place, and that, you know, if any of the friends or anything like that ever needed support, you know, I would signpost them to ourselves, you know. So yeah, I'm proud that we're part of this education system.
What I would say is, I think what's important for the communities, for the people, is that people like us are there to serve them with compassion and warmth and empathy, without judgment. And that's what most people want. They don't want you to go with a big check. They just want you to understand.
Next, we visited Doreen and Peter Buckley, an elderly couple living in the Monkbretton region of Barnsley. They have lived a long life in the region of Barnsley, so they know firsthand what it was like to grow up in Barnsley back then, and how this is different to the present day.
What jobs have you had growing up in Barnsley?
I just worked at Wood's Glass House.
And I was a miner.
We got one at first, post-war houses to be built up New Lodge, and we'd got hot running water, central heating, lovely, marvellous.
I thought they were rich. I thought I'd cracked it.
Because we got a bathroom with hot water, yeah.
And we still got cold water, no hot water.
Yeah.
Well, I was happy. As you know, I lost my dad in mining. Lost two brothers growing up. And just me and my mum, and my sister lived next door. We were home family, and we were happy. Poor like, but we were happy.
Yeah.
And when I started work, that was it. We got a bit more money coming in, and then seemed to improve matters. For fun. We did all sorts. Sneaking up at railway, avoiding railway bobby, down onto Dyke, where we used to go swimming. And then, I might have told you about the canal where a paper mill was. We used to swim in there in winter, because there was a big outflow from paper mill that was there then, where Asda is. And used to pump hot water into the canal. So we were okay. And used to dive in any time, just leave us clothes on the bridge. Just dive in naked. That was part of fun, like, it was really fun, because it's not just me, they were all like your head mates, all mates were in as well. So.
It were more friendly, I think, than what it is today, because they were all terrace houses, more or less, whereas sometimes with people working all day, both parents, you don't see many people during the day or in winter, so nobody goes out. But we weren't bad. We used to knock on doors on our way out mischievous night, but we never did any damage to anybody. But
and the one thing I've noticed difference, you could leave your doors unlocked, you could go out, leave the doors open, you know, and everything were okay.
Okay.
Which you didn't do today.
After an amazing conversation with Doreen and Peter Buckley, we then moved on to Pam, who has moved from the town of Wakefield and has now moved back. Let's see what she thinks of the development.
Have you ever worked on the Barnsley market?
Only on Sundays, when we used to go to the second-hand market and we used to have a stall. Baby clothes, baby things.
How has Barnsley Market changed since you left?
I hate it. It's that. I love the old-fashioned part of the market with the canvas roofs and the water falling off on top of your head and the crowds. And now it's just pretty. Is it still red and white, blue and white stripes and what? No, they've changed all that. Well, I mean, it changes daily, doesn't it? So, hey-ho. But no, I prefer Old Market. You know when Market Hill was Market Hill? It was full of stalls.
So, touching on that, do you think the improvements to the market are beneficial or not?
Probably for some, but not everybody.
Could you describe what your childhood in Barnsley was like?
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. But then I lived not in the centre of Barnsley, I lived more rurally up in Dodworth. I was surrounded by green fields, woods, gardens, with a big house, lots of things to do. As I said, we didn't have a telly, we made our own fun. My mother used to wreck shopping, you know that thing, washing line, that's the one. And we used to have it as a skipping rope, and we found a good stone and we had a hopscotch. We didn't have to run out and spend 200-300, sometimes thousands of pounds to play on something. We made our own fun and we enjoyed it. And we used to not worry about anything. Just, alright, we didn't have social media, we didn't have a telly, we didn't have newspapers. So if something were going off in the world, we didn't know about it anyway, so it didn't bother us.
In conclusion, we know that growing up in Barnsley has had its tough times, as well as a strong working class presence. However, in the modern times, Barnsley is becoming a prosperous new hub for exciting new developments, and we look forward to these upcoming changes.